Welcome back to Open Window Politics. Today we're going to be doing a prediction between the current governor of California, Governor Gavin Newsom on the Democratic side, versus the Republican most likely contender for the presidency nomination, that being J.D. Vance, who is, of course, the current vice president. J.D. Vance also served as a senator from Ohio before being picked as Trump's running mate, and then, of course, Trump won in 2024. So Vance is now vice president. Newsom has been involved in California politics for a while and has kind of risen through the ranks and is now the governor of California. So we'll be doing a hypothetical election between these two, not necessarily a prediction that either of them will win their respective parties' primaries. Just fun to do a general election prediction between hypothetical candidates. We'll get started out at a tilt rating. I'm going to start with the state of Nevada. I think Nevada will be one of the easier ones for Democrats to end up winning in 2028 as far as states that they lost in 2024. The state of Nevada did go to Trump, which was a bit of a shock. It also elected a Democratic senator at the same time. The state of Nevada also has a Republican governor, so they've been known to certainly elect people of both parties. It is inherently a swing state. I don't think that Republicans would do quite as well with it, especially if the election were to be held today. Trump won over some key voting demographic groups that are crucial to winning throughout the swing states, but especially in the Sun Belt. And I don't think that those crucial voting groups would be as inclined to vote for Republicans again. We've seen them kind of turn. We've seen quite a few key voting demographic groups shift away from Trump and Republicans in general, as we've seen with the election outcomes that the special elections since 2024 has seen good news for Democrats. And I think that positive momentum on the national stage would result in a Democratic victory in Nevada. Arizona, I feel less confident. I think J.D. Vance might actually be a better candidate to put forward than Trump. As far as the state of Arizona goes, the state has definitely been known to elect people of both parties. Generally, Arizona prefers to elect moderates. They currently have two Democratic senators and a Democratic governor. The state did go for Trump, though. However, in 2024, it actually went to Trump by a lean margin. So that was an impressive feat of the Trump-Vance campaign. But in general, I'm going to keep the state of Arizona in the Republican Party's category. So that's going to be 11 electoral college votes for J.D. Vance. And then we'll get to this district here in Nebraska. So this district, Harris was even able to win it, so I might even be willing to put it in lean. For now, we'll go with lean, but regardless, it's going to be one more vote for Governor Gavin Newsom. This isn't too shocking. Pretty easy hold opportunity for Democrats, so that's going to be one electoral college vote for Governor Gavin Newsom. And then we'll get to the other half of the Sun Belt. Actually, I'll start with Georgia. I think Georgia would probably be one of the easier ones to end up also in the Democratic Party's column. I think the state has had some good election results come for Democrats since 2024, during the 2025 elections, and both Georgia and North Carolina will have Senate elections coming up in November, just for the midterms in 2026. So that can, however each of those turn out, will give us an idea of which way the states are leaning. At the moment, I feel reasonably confident to put Georgia into the Democratic Party's column. However, North Carolina, I think, would be the opposite. I'm going to throw that into J.D. Vance's column. So that is going to be 16 electoral college votes for each state, bringing Democrats to 248, or Governor Gavin Newsom / Democrats to 248, to J.D. Vance and Republicans 246. And then I think that as far as the state most likely to end up in Governor Gavin Newsom's column, I'd probably do the state of Wisconsin. And then I think Pennsylvania would probably be J.D. Vance's best hope. So that brings 258 to 265. So really the state of Michigan would call it. I've gone back and forth on Michigan. At the moment, I think just with the national environment really favoring Democrats, that it would result in a Democratic victory. I could also very easily see a Democratic win of all three Rust Belt states. Generally, they vote together. Ultimately, it doesn't matter, even if Vance would need to win Michigan in order to secure the presidency, and I'm probably going to call that state for Newsom. I think J.D. Vance would probably have some significant Rust Belt appeal. He, of course, former senator from Ohio and has grown up in the region and has kind of had a political had some political decisions and elections he won, like the Senate from Ohio. And I think that would carry some Midwest appeal. That would do well for J.D. Vance. Ultimately, I think just with the Democratic environment, with the federal environment favoring Democrats pretty consistently at the moment, that it would result in a Democratic victory. So that is going to be 273 for the Democrat, Governor Gavin Newsom, to 265 for the current Vice President, J.D. Vance. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.